Hey, James, do me a favor. Put up the Pistons coaching search by
man.
Our friend Pistons
I might throw
Talk.
my hat in the ring for the Pistons.
Our friends Piston
search.
Talk. Anthony Colombo made this list. Take a look at these people, guys. Terry, I'll go to you first. If you can read that list in front of you, is there anybody there that butters your bread?
No. My bread is not buttered.
I wouldn't say butters my bread.
Yeah, but you got to pick somebody. I mean,
no, I wouldn't say butters my bread, but Chris Quinn is somebody I'd be interested in. Chris Quinn would be something that was interesting. Other than that,
How about you, Kenny? You see anything up there?
I would go with James Borrego, man, because he has actual head coaching experience.
Tell me what he did.
He was in Charlotte, and he had a winning record his last year there. Had a 10-win increment improvement every year. So I don't know what he got into with the Charlotte organization as to why he's not a coach anymore. But he's been a long time But he's been a long time assistant as well. So I feel like he could come in and make a move right away. Another name that's not on that list real quick is Sam Cassell as well. Another long-time assistant, somebody that's very well respected, was on the Celtics championship team this year, and a lot of what Joe Mazzulla gives credit to is Sam Cassell and some of the stuff he's done with the team.
It's so funny. You look at that list, those 5 guys, all of anyway. For another day. Sam Cassell has been at this a very long time. I don't understand.
I'll throw a name out there that gets completely dissed year in, year out. Mark Jackson.
I knew it was coming.
I'm sorry. He might be out of touch with the game at this point, though. That's the only thing. I think he is a good coach, too, but is he adapted to today's NBA? I don't know. And you can't coach the style of, how he coached these young players. You can't do that.
100%. He was definitely hard on those guys. I mean, he grew up in that area. I mean, he played at St. John's in the 80s. He played for the Knicks in the 80s and 90s. Yep. So definitely a different style. But at the same time, KG, he allowed the Splash Brothers to exist.
Absolutely.
Mark Jackson's the one to say, if you guys can shoot like that, shoot from the logo. He's the one that allowed them to do that, gave them the confidence, and then the rest is history. Steve Kerr comes in. I think because of that connection to Golden State, and then maybe just doing these games over the years, he's been in basketball ever since then. I think he could be, but does he want to coach?
He could be. I think actually Golden State ruined him, ruined his chances. Because when you look at the total picture,
whatever they said behind
he had first shot at the Splash Brothers and it didn't work out. Then they come back and win multiple championships on our dominant team after he leaves. So I think that's going to hurt him.
You got anyone in mind, Terry?
Yeah, I believe that you need someone who cares about the organization, is passionate about the organization.
Dan Campbell.
Someone like Dan Campbell.
Yeah.
Chauncey Billups.
I'm good on the retread.
Is he still in Portland?
No, I
don't know.
I think they let him go. Or
nobody even knows. I think he's still there. I haven't heard him get fired.
Guys, I think my guy might be too old. Bill Laimbeer. And
he won a championship with the Shaq.
I don't think he pays attention.
Yeah. That was 2003.
He knows
what's he going to do? Bring Ruth Riley here?
Yeah, like the Pistons retread is just not going to work.
Shout out to Tweety Bird.
Tweety, yeah.
She's going. Oh, I can't.
A former Piston is not coming to save y'all, man.
She can bring Swing Cash for
her. Right.
Cheryl Ford.
But the thing is, he understands the league.
He does. He was a great coach, man.
He can coach, and he's not going to be a dominant this type of guy that everybody thinks he's going to be. He's just going to tell these dudes, okay, we're not going to watch a lot of film. We'll watch some. We're not going to have long practices, but we're going to take care of business. Show me that you can play. Bill Laimbeer is not going to be the tyrant that everybody thinks he's going to be.
Here's another thought. We talked about this yesterday a little bit, T-Foss. You see what happened with James Dolan and the Knicks. James Dolan was getting in the way of the Knicks. He was ruining them on the court.
Right.
He was ruining them off the court. The alums don't want to be a part about it. Spike Lee, Stephen A. Smith, you name it.
Sexual
They
assaults.
did not want sexual assaults. They didn't want anything to do, and he was ruining the brand, bringing in the wrong players, not paying the players that they should pay. Well, once he built that sphere out in Vegas, the last 2 years, he hasn't been around the organization. He's let the front office take care. Look at the Knicks in the last 2 years. The Knicks have actually really made movement, really made ground. If they would have had their starters in the playoff, who knows what the Eastern Conference Finals would have looked like? Is that something that Trajan Langdon potentially, maybe, are they bringing him in here to do that because they believe in what he can do? And maybe Tom Gores takes a step back and just provides the cash, but to some people that understand how to use it.
I thought Tom Gores was taking like 100 steps back.
Yeah.
You don't see him.
Yeah, Arn Tellem was running the team.
Yeah.
And that's
Aaron Tillman's bringing his boys in. I just don't like it's a bad mix, man.
I think it's the opposite, Bray, on this count.
okay.
Because, like I said before, you need a guy that's here, a guy that'll hold the team accountable. When they looked around and they saw Mr. Davidson sitting behind the basket, he gets there, right? But as the first quarter's starting, gets in his seat, and he's watching almost every single game. Him and his family are there, him and his wife. They're looking. The coach is looking. You're right there. These guys have no one to look at. Yeah. There's nobody holding them accountable. So this is the first president of basketball operations the Pistons have had since Stan Van Gundy. The problem with Stan was you can't be a coach and a president.
Yeah, they gave him too much power.
You can't be two hats. Because I thought Stan might have worked had he just coached but not been president. Like you said, Terry, he described Devin Booker, and then he went elsewhere with his picks.
Right.
He can coach, man. Stan, the Van Gundys can coach.
But
But they can't put a team together.
He wears on those teams, on those players.
I know.
He's got 3 years to get to him. If he doesn't do it, then he's gone.
That's true, yeah.
They tired of him.
And that's okay. If I give you 3 years and you make this team a playoff team, I'll take it.
A baby boy. This team in 3 years will not be a playoff team.
You don't think that this team can rebound in 3 years and be a playoff team?
Could, but would. They will not be a playoff team in 3 years. This ship is sunk as far as I'm concerned.
I think one of the biggest things, and we keep talking about it.
So that's it? Just disband the franchise?
No, people still showing up. They still like NBA basketball.
Nah.
I'm just saying is that they're not going to be in the playoffs in 3 years.
I'm telling you like this. The Detroit Pistons fan base, they do not still rock with the Pistons like that. I went to 4 games last year. I went to 4, maybe 5. But I went to games of people that I wanted to see. I went to Golden State.
Right.
I wanted to see Steph before it was all said and done. There was nobody in there except Golden State fans. I went to see Giannis because now you got Dame Lillard. I had never seen Dame Lillard play live. Dame Lillard, Giannis. There was nobody in the building. I went to see Nikola Jokic. I went to see the Joker play. Nobody in the building. And he gets thrown out in the first quarter. I went to see Philly. On purpose, 100%. Draymond Green did the same thing when they were here. I went to see Philly because I wanted to see Joel Embiid play. Yeah. Nobody showed up. These are the major names in the NBA that you would go see. Tickets aren't expensive. They don't charge much. Nobody was at these games except the opposition.
You want to go to a Piston game where a lot of people are there? Go to a Toronto Raptors game.
Because they all come from Canada.
Right.
Shoot, they all busting in from Canada.
You just want to be in the building with some people. That's what you need to do.
Yeah. There's more people doing
is Ben Simmons still playing?
Man, anyway.
Stop it. Behave yourself.
How funny was that picture that surfaced on the net where it was Alonzo Ball being guarded by Ben Simmons and they were working out? I was like, I don't want no parts of either one of those.
Yeah, that is crazy.
That had to be a hologram, bro.
It's a shame how the
Was Ben Simmons in street clothes doing that?
Right. Ben Simmons.
He was in a fashion show. That's about it.
At least Lonzo gave a damn.